After 3 years of hard work and a lot of trial and error, we created the systems to transform our practice from this chaos to a well-oiled machine. We've taken those systems to over 800 chiropractic practices and given those clinic owners time back with their families. And in this video, I'm going to show you how to do the same thing. It started when we were in Pennsylvania. We had a really big practice. We had 28 employees, we're seeing over 700 visits a week, and everything was going wonderful and great. We had an opportunity to sell that practice. We were super excited. We moved to Atlanta, we took our 4 girls, moved to Atlanta and settled in. Whatever things happened along the way, we ended up continuing to own the practice in Pennsylvania. We thought, it's fine, we have these great systems, it's going to work out fine. But what happened over the next couple months was chaos ensued. The systems that we thought were so great were only so great if we were there telling everybody what to do. What we discovered was we had created a culture of myself and Mike giving everybody directions every day. We created a set of employees who could follow our directions but couldn't innovate on their job. They couldn't make decisions without us there. That was a problem. We lived in Atlanta, the practice was in Pennsylvania. What began to happen is it began to unravel. The chaos began to set in, and the employees, with nobody there to tell them what to do, was just making it up. Well, if you have 28 people who are kind of making it up as they go, it doesn't take long for the chaos to happen, and the chaos happened. And that's when I realized it hit me. The system I had was a system of telling everybody what to do. I needed to figure out a way to actually create an HR system that had the rules. There needs to be rules on when everybody shows up, when everybody goes to lunch. I definitely needed the rules, but then I also needed the freedoms for the employees that were there to grow and create on their jobs and give them a path that they felt that they had growth, not fully restricted by rules. And that took me about 3 years to figure that one out. Put in a lot of rules because I thought that's the way it was. Well, just telling everybody what they can't do, that doesn't work either. So then we already knew if everybody got to decide what they wanted to do, well, that didn't work either. It was chaos. So over the years, created a system. And that system is a turnkey system now that AMI uses. We use it personally in our clinic, continue to use it personally in our clinic, and 800 clients across the country use it over 48 states. Those set of systems actually onboard a new employee. What I discovered was that the minute a new employee would enter into our culture, we needed to onboard them exactly the same way. I remember what I used to do was, if I brought a new employee on board and I had time, I spent a lot of time with that new employee and they got a lot of data they needed and they were onboarded really well. But if I brought somebody on and I didn't have so much time or I wasn't there, they just kind of started the job. And so I was wondering, how do I have 28 people that don't understand the basic rules of the office? It was because of me. I had no system. So my first thing I went ahead was to create the basic rules of the office. Sounds simple. Basic onboarding, basic rules of the office. We call this the way we all live together. So in other words, everybody has a home. At your home, you have some basic rules in your house. I'm sure that when you take ice cream out of the freezer, and you scoop some ice cream, you probably put the rule in your house is put the ice cream back in the freezer. Simple. There's rules. We tell everybody that. For some reason, business owners don't think that they have the right to actually have rules in their own office. And this is where the chaos begins, because then what happens is each employee brings to the office the way they think it should be run. And so instead of having everybody live by the same rules, at your house you have rules, but in the office you don't. So instead of people running by the same rules, where do you hang your coat? What time do we show up? When is lunch? When are the meetings? Instead of living by the same rules, instead, you have the rules from Mary. And Mary has a lot of traffic, and so therefore she can't get to work on time because she lives so far away and she has traffic. Okay, that's Mary's rules. And then you have Kim's rules. And Kim's rules are, she doesn't like coming in at 9 o'clock. She likes to start at 8 o'clock because she likes to get an early start, but she doesn't want to go into overtime, so she's going to leave an hour early. So now Kim's rules are she's going to start earlier. See, this is how we end up with all these different rules, is because we don't have the set of rules, and so therefore our employees bring their own sets of rules. So the first thing I learned was we need a basic set of rules that we can all live by, because think about it. Your employees show up 8 hours a day. They're with you 8 hours a day, 40 hours a week. They're probably with you more than they're in their own home, awake in their own home. They have rules at home, but no rules in the office. So by putting the rules in the office, I always say it's the rules that we all agree to live by, where we agree to hang our coats, put our lunches, that kind of thing. Once you have the foundational rules that everybody can agree to live by, you can then go on to create the systems that it takes that gives your employees the freedom to innovate on their job. For instance, you have somebody who says, hey, listen, if we did this one thing, things would be much easier. Well, you have a system for how they're able to give you their ideas. We actually call that a bright idea form. It's one of the forms that we have in our set of systems. So if you have a front desk person whose computer monitor is set at such a level that the sun shines in their eyes and they can't see their computer screen, and they say, wow, if I had a riser on my desk, then the computer screen would block the sun, then I can see my computer screen, this would be fantastic. You need to have some system in your office that your employees who have these ideas can actually send you the ideas for you to approve or not. Because even if you have a policy manual with basic rules, the additional chaos is, hey doc, I want to buy a riser for my desk. Hey, wait, can I talk to you? Hey, hey, how about this? How about this? How about this? And the doctor just says, I can't take all the chaos. I don't want your ideas. And what that does then is it squashes the self-determinism of the employees. And your really good employees won't last long in that environment. They'll leave because they realize what they bring to the table is not valued. So I now had to I had my systems, which told everybody when to arrive and what their vacation time looked like. I had all that in place. And now I had to create something that those innovators, those people who bring value to the table, can find an environment that they can actually grow in, bring value to you and your practice, and stay with you long term and help you to grow your practice. Those systems are created too. So I found the perfect balance. Took me 3 years. A lot of trial and error. When one thing went in, ooh, that wasn't good, I'd change it. Ooh, that was good, I'll keep it. Trial and error. I ended up with a set of turnkey systems that not only puts order to your practice, but it creates an environment where those people who bring value can actually grow within your system to help you to grow your practice. So AMI has those systems. Hey, listen, you don't have to go through that trial and error I went through. You don't have to go through the pain of losing somebody so valuable because your systems were so controlling that they felt it wasn't their environment. You don't have to go through the pain of the chaos of people just doing whatever they want to do, spending the money, coming to work when they want to come to work. You don't have to go through any of that pain. We've already figured it out. It took me 3 years, but I have it now. I have those systems and they're yours. So check out AMI, ask us about our systems, our HR systems. You're going to actually clear up that chaos in your life and you're going to spend more time with your family.